up, mate? How's it going? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host, Jan. I hope you're doing well, mate. I really do hope that. Welcome back to, of course, Chelsea News, the daily series. Daily, every single ruddy day. Here on Football Therapy, where I reflect on what's being said about Chelsea Football Club, the Blues, the Chelsea, giving you my opinion on it, but, more importantly, asking for yours. Today we're discussing what Timo Werner said after his Germany goal, and we're also going to reflect on 1 billion positive elements of the Chelsea club takeover, Stamford Bridge redevelopment. We're going to cite an article from Matt Law that you can reference yourself by clicking the link, excuse me, down in the description below. And it's going to be a great, fun video. Do consider showing your love for the content by dropping a like, and if you're yet to subscribe, you are of course welcome to, and to all those who have subscribed, make sure the bell icon is clicked so you never miss an upload. So should we start on Timo Werner? Turbo Timo? Other nicknames are available. Getting this quote from @NazarKinsellerofGoal.com on his Twitter account. Timo Werner, after scoring versus Israel, obviously both Timo Werner and Kai Havertz scored goals. Timo Werner's goal wasn't bad actually, just nipping his foot in after a Gundogan free kick, and of course Kai Havertz scoring a lovely header. Kai Havertz, I think he's got like 18 goal involvements in his last 18 starts for Germany or something like that. Incredible scenes. Kai Havertz is undeniably in scintillating form. He's being recognised by everyone now. Everyone's like, yeah, Kai Havertz, baller. But you and I, dear viewer, we were tweeting out about Kai for a long time, weren't we? My 2019 tweets about him being a Rolls Royce or something like that. Hey, just whatever. Anyway, Timo Werner scored a goal, and generally, of late, Timo Werner isn't known for scoring goals, but he has been for Germany, and he had this to say, quote, "There are differences in the style of play between football at Chelsea and here. Maybe the one at the national team suits me better. Here, I always have the scoring chances. I can score goals. I feel very comfortable here." Now, actually, and incidentally, this has caused a lot of stress or outrage and stuff, or some in the Chelsea fan base. I don't think it's that deep, personally. Timo Werner, he talks about scoring chances. He has referenced on several occasions in English media interviews that I miss chances. He talks about how he loves the fans at Chelsea, but he doesn't know why they sing his name. He says, like, it's great, but sometimes I don't know why they do it, because I miss chances. And he's almost saying, like, I don't deserve your love. Like, I appreciate it, but I don't think I'm good enough for your love. And now, you know, reading between the lines, and now he goes off to Germany and goes, I get loads of chances here. I score loads of goals. Chelsea? Nah, mate. Over here, lots of goals. I love it. Yeah, I don't think it's that deep. I'm playing it a little bit. Though, clearly it's a mental thing. I wonder if he's checked out in England, and when he returns to German people around him, he's like, oh yeah, Bundesliga vibes. Oh yeah, I scored loads of goals. Now the truth is, he has missed a lot of chances for Chelsea, but he hasn't missed that many chances of late. He has been playing poorly. I'm not one of these people that have always slagged off Timo Werner. I've absolutely been one of these people who have been able to identify the positives. Like, you know, ultimately, even though he'll feel disappointed with the lack of goals in his Chelsea tenure, he still had a lot of goal involvements, won a lot of penalties. He was hitting the woodwork, but they're misses. And he was working hard, running the channels, pulling, making decoy runs, pulling defenders out of the way. He was being useful, he was being useful. And maybe he's not being as useful as he was. His touch has been really poor, and he's just been, probably our most disappointing attacker lately. And it sounds awful because I do appreciate he's always had elements of disappointment at Chelsea. But I don't want to devalue his importance in recent successes as well. But maybe he's already checked out. Like, maybe he's thinking, okay, it's clearly, Pulisic's playing. I've never really had the highs at Chelsea. I score with the German national team. Fair play to the fans for backing me, but, maybe I need to make a change. And a lot of people at this point would say he's the one to go. What were we saying? We said like him and Christian Pulisic a few months ago. I did all those polls with like thousands and thousands of replies from you guys over different social media platforms. I think I showed you them as well on the screen. 80% or something. No, sorry. Over half of the answers were all on Christian Pulisic. Like, yeah, this guy's got to go. But lately he's been playing well. And you can imagine that would go to Timo Werner. A lot of people then were saying Timo Werner as well as the second most chosen. But you'd think that would probably shift. I mean, the thing is with Christian Pulisic, he's got the injury record to worry about. But the thing is with Timo Werner, he's just like, yes, you kind of played him anyway, even though he missed the goals because of what he was doing on the pitch. But when he's not doing that, what's he got left? Anyway, I've spent too much time on Timo Werner. I just wanted to reference what he said after that game. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Should he have said it? Is he wrong? Should he go? Is it not that deep? Let me know down below. Right, let's move on and reference Matt Law's article from The Telegraph Sport. Of course, source available down in description. Do check it out, please. Raine to cash in on Chelsea sale as bid is told to commit additional £1 billion sterling towards future investment. There were people talking about the Stamford Bridge redevelopment. So this is now... Let's read on, but I think this is really important because this is pretty much saying that if you're going to buy Chelsea, you have to spend a lot of money. Like, maybe they're saying as well, like, Roman wiped off the debt, and this investment will be for your own business, futures. So, invest. And maybe it's legally binding. Let's find out by reading together. Chelsea's insistence that the winning bidders to buy the club must commit at least £1 billion towards the future investment, which will push the fee collected by Raine, the bank in charge of the sale, even higher. So, I wonder if this is saying they literally have to pay an extra billion on top because this will go to future developments. Telegraph Sport understands that the Ricketts family, whose bid has been the subject of the fans' backlash, indeed, have already made it clear that they can meet Chelsea's financial demands, but they may not be enough to win over supporters, whose views will be taken into consideration before the buyer is picked. Just quickly on that, no to Ricketts family, no to Ricketts campaign, going on strong, and yes, you can bet your bottom dollar, you can put the farm on Chelsea fans, protesting outside Stamford Bridge should they get closer to the takeover sale. Good to hear from Matt Law here saying that this will all be taken into consideration as it should be. How could you ignore that kind of stuff should they get further? So, yeah, we'll see what happens there. Raine have confirmed that its lucrative commission for brokering Chelsea takeover is tied to the eventual fee and the money committed for the investment into Stamford Bridge and the squad. Defending its handling of the sale, which has been privately criticised by a number of bidders, and indeed Matt Law himself, by the way. Raine has also suggested that the shortlisted groups will be given the chance to improve their offers before a winner is picked. So originally they did say your first offer will be treated as your final offer, but now they're like, want to give us more money? More money? Huh. 4 groups, one led by Todd Bowley, one led by Josh Harris and Sir Martin Broughton, the Ricketts family, and Stephen Pagliuca, who of course is the Boston Celtics owner and majority share owner of Atalanta and Serie A, have received confirmation they have progressed to the next stage. This could lead, and by the way, if you watch yesterday's video, there's also speculation of at least one other mystery bidder. That could lead to an auction that pushes the bidding over £2.5 billion, and Chelsea want a binding commitment that they put forward at least £1 billion more towards the renovation of Stamford Bridge and investment into the squad to keep the club competitive in the Premier League and Europe. Wow, that's good. I mean, that's good that they put that in. Is that normal? Should we have expected that? Or, that's good. That's literally like Chelsea have ambition. Maybe that's something, I don't know, Roman Abramovich reportedly not involved in the sale at all, but, that's certainly something he would have said, like, if you take my baby, excuse me, you make sure they continue competing by putting X amount in. So that could happen. The shortlisted groups will be given the opportunity to meet Chelsea chairman Bruce Buck, who's not the most popular chairman at the moment with fans, directors Eugene Tenenbaum and Marina Granadolskaya, the head coach Thomas Tuchel as well, which is great. We all want, I mean, Thomas is going to be a diplomat, Tuchel, isn't he? He's going to be like, I want what's best for the club. Do what you have to do. But we know if he's such an intelligent guy and a good speaker, if he can have some sort of input, like with his own vision involved. And by the way, Thomas Tuchel's vision is a vision of Chelsea winning. So if Tuchel can push in, somehow integrate and somehow have a say in this, it could be great. Yeah, so they get to chance to speak to all these people and to outline their financial commitment and vision to the club. The proceeds of the sale will go to good causes with the sanctions in place on Roman. Okay, so of course this goes on as well, and Matt Law speaks about the commission and the Ricketts family. Of course, the link's down in the description if you want to read this article. It's behind a paywall, so I'm not going to read all of it. Alright, so let's talk about this. I'm quite pleased to see this. I'm not freaking out as much as I could be, and I like to freak out, because I feel good about how the Chelsea fans have rallied, not just around the manager, but also against the Ricketts family, and that's seemingly unanimous throughout Chelsea fandom, which is great to see. And, I mean, I don't know about football club takeovers, and of course there would be so much to consider in, like, a massive institution like Chelsea being sold, and I guess this £1 billion £1 billion financial commitment makes sense, because it's not like, alright, so you buy Chelsea and, you immediately start asset stripping. Like, they're like, what, technically, like, is there any legal, what if like an evil guy came in saying, I'll give you everything you want, buys the club, signs the contract, and then just starts selling Kai Havertz and everyone and putting the cash in their bank and going, see ya, like some evil, like, guys, do you know what I mean? I mean, obviously that's a radical example, but maybe there'll be more nuance, like, not necessarily obvious and immediate asset stripping, but more like, not committing, letting Chelsea fall into obscurity. On the Chelsea Fancast podcast, they used to call it the Arsenalification of Chelsea. Well, they fear that, basically, that falling into this, like, try and get top four and, whatever, and maybe build a new stadium and charge loads of money. And we a new stadium would be nice, but there's all these darker elements of this new ownership that could happen. So, with Raine, if they're like looking at everything, they've spoken to the Chelsea Supporters Trust, they've done their research, they want to protect Chelsea, this £1 billion promise investment could be a really good thing. But what do you guys think? Comment down below where you're on the take. Let's talk about Timo Werner first. Give me your comments on Timo, because that's interesting. I do think it's an interesting talking point and relevant in terms of Chelsea news. And where do you stand currently on the takeover? And do you think what Raine are doing is good? Let me know. Please do drop a like and consider subscribing. We're nearing 150k. Wow, you could be part of that. Friends, I'll see you very soon. Keep it locked. Peace.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy talk. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo, chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't